Have you ever felt stuck staring at a blank sales page, not sure what to say or how to even start? Today, I'm going to show you how I use ChatGPT to write a full sales page, start to finish, for a digital product in real time so that you can actually watch me step by step as I do it. I'm going to share my screen and literally show you exactly everything so that you can just follow along and copy my process. Whether you want to launch a course, a membership, a coaching program, or a mini offer, this will help you skip the guesswork and create sales copy that actually converts and also doesn't take forever. I help coaches and course creators build scalable income with smart systems and AI tools, just like what I'm about to show you. And I want to show you how easy and fast it could be. Okay, so here's the exact prompt I'm using, and I'm linking this document below the video so you can make your own copy of it, and then you can just copy and paste it into ChatGPT. But the general gist of the prompt, I'm not going to read it word for word, but the gist of the prompt is that you're telling ChatGPT to act like an expert sales copywriter who specializes in writing high converting sales pages. And then it has this bulleted section where basically you have to provide it with information about the thing that you want to sell, the name, the price, who it's for, the transformation it offers, and what's included. And then the instructions for ChatGPT are to write a full sales page, including the following sections. And it has a list of 7 sections, starting with the headline down to the final call to action. And then it has a few other brief instructions at the end, like keep the copy concise, persuasive, it should be clear, don't include emojis. That's a personal preference of mine, but if you want to have emojis, you can take that out, and to have calls to action throughout the page and include the price of the product. If there's anything that you want to note here that's specific to your own brand, like your tone of voice or style, anything in particular that you want to see on the sales page, go ahead and just add that to the prompt. So I just have this Google document where I took that same prompt and then I filled in the details for an example. So in my example, I am selling a AI blog post writing bot. So this is exactly the same prompt as what I was showing you here, only it has the details for this example filled in. So I go to ChatGPT and all I have to do is paste in this prompt with my example details put in, and then I click generate, and it literally takes seconds for ChatGPT to follow your instructions and write a high converting sales page. So this is in real time. Like I'm not pausing the video. I'm not, changing the speed or anything like that. You can see that it's generating, and probably by the time I'm done with this sentence, yep, it's pretty much done. So let's see what it gave us. It has the headline, and I'm not going to read this word for word. I just want to walk you through in general what I got, right? So it has the headline, create high converting blog posts in minutes without staring at a blank page ever again. So I really like that headline because it tells people what the benefit is right off the bat. So the benefit is that they're going to get blog posts that are high converting, they're going to get them fast, and it's going to eliminate the pain point of staring at a blank page. So I think that's a really strong headline that ChatGPT came up with. And then it has this other section about kind of connecting with the reader, like, you should be blogging, but it takes time. And what if you could cut that time down? And then it introduces the thing that I'm offering as the solution to the pain point. Then there's another section that goes into more detail about who this offer is for. And then what's included. So it has a checklist of the different things that you get in the offer, what you'll walk away with. So this is more about the benefits and the transformation of the offer. Why now? So this introduces some urgency, which is a good strategy for conversions. Because if people feel like, oh, I can buy this anytime, there's no reason for me to buy it right now, then they may put off making that buying decision. So I really like that ChatGPT included this section here, because we're getting to the bottom of the page where people have to make that buying decision. And so having that section in there will get people off of the fence by explaining why now is a good time to make the purchase. And then it has that final call to action section. So what I would do at this stage is I would just click this little, well, actually I have a few options. One is to click this little icon. It says export to Google Doc, or you can click this copy with formatting, and then you can paste it in a Google Doc or whatever other platform you like to work with in terms of editing. And then you can do your own editing in that other platform, like in the Google Doc. The other option is to continue the chat with ChatGPT. So you can go back and forth with it, and you could say, for example, let me see, like there's no FAQ section in here. So I could say, can you please add an FAQ section to the page? Or could you please add more detail about a certain thing? Or can you please revise a certain section to say this instead of this? So you can go back and forth and have it regenerate the copy for the page based on your feedback. And then once you're happy with it in ChatGPT, then you can copy to a Google Doc. So it really depends if, like, for your editing, you just want to take that initial output and edit it yourself, in a Google Doc, or if you want to have ChatGPT do the revisions for you by giving it some more general feedback and then get a final output that way. Either way, but you can see this is a really detailed, solid starting point. So the whole part about like revising and optimizing it really shouldn't take that much time. So then once you have copy that you like, I have some here in a Google Doc. So I call this AI output for this demo that I'm doing, right? What you can do is now plug the copy into a landing page builder. So a landing page is like a single standalone page that has a specific purpose, in this case, of serving as a sales vehicle. So selling the digital product or the course that you're working on. So I use Kajabi for this for a few reasons. One is because Kajabi is an all-in-one platform. So it has every tool that you need to create, sell, and deliver digital products. So you can have your website on Kajabi, you could do your email marketing, you can do your landing pages, you have your checkout carts to collect payments, you have like a course portal where you can deliver the course, you have a community where you can, like, if you want to have a private community group that goes along with your course, you could do that. It has coaching features. So it's all like wrapped into one platform, which makes it a lot more easy to manage an online course or digital product business. And then the other advantage is it actually saves money, because if you were to use several different platforms for each of those features that I just mentioned, and have to pay separate subscription fees for each one, those subscriptions add up. Whereas with Kajabi, you pay one monthly price and you get everything. The other thing that I like about Kajabi is that it has templates, like built-in templates that are available to you for free. So you don't have to create your own landing page. You can just use one that they provide to you and customize it. So that's what I'm going to show you right now. So I'm in the landing pages section of Kajabi. And if you click, first of all, I'm under website landing pages in the menu on the left. And then if I click new landing page, it's going to show me all the templates. So this first section is called sales. And then if you click view all, there are actually 14 different designs that you can choose from. So when you're choosing one of these options, just keep in mind that you can customize everything. So the option that you're choosing is just the starting point. And I wouldn't worry too much about things like colors or fonts or like what pictures are there, because that can all be changed. What matters to me more is the format of the page. So for example, this one has this bright pink background, but I wouldn't let that deter me from choosing this page, because I can change the pink to any color I want, So one that I'm using in this example is Streamlined Home. So if you click on it, it can add the page to your account. So I'm going to show you what that looked like, because I already did that. So basically it has this like headline section with a call to action. Then it has the next section has these 3 boxes. And then it has a couple more sections that feature a text block and an image block, and then a final call to action section. So what I like about this page is it's simple and it's clean, and I can expand it and I can customize it, but it gives me like a really clean starting point for my sales page. So what I'm going to do is I want to include like a few more sections on my sales page. So for these sections that have the text block and the image, those are over here. You can see it says text and image. I'm going to duplicate them by clicking duplicate. And I'm going to do that again here, because I just want to give myself like a little bit more room. And then I'm also going to duplicate this call to action section. That way I can fit a little bit more on this page. Another thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to change the styling of the page. So I do that by going to settings and style guide. So I don't want these red buttons. I'm going to go to buttons, and I'm going to put in the code for this yellow gold color that I like to use for my business. And I'm going to make that the color here. And then I'm going to scroll down to fonts. And for the body font, I like to use Montserrat. And then also for the font weight, instead of bold, I'm going to click normal. So those are just like a few quick styling changes. And when I click save, you can see automatically the fonts changed on the page, and also the color of the buttons changed, like just with that one click or a couple clicks. And then another quick thing I'm going to do is at the bottom here, I don't want my footer to be black. So I clicked on it, and I'm going to go to footer background color, and I'm going to make that white. And now I have like my basic page set up. So now what I'm going to start doing is literally copying and pasting that output that I got from ChatGPT for the sales page into the landing page builder. So for example, I'm going to take this, and I just click in this box in Kajabi. I highlight the placeholder text, and then I click paste, and now I have my text instead. And then you could do some formatting. So for example, I want this to be bigger. And then my call to action would be this. So this is really kind of like the most tedious part, is that you just have to do some copying and pasting. And then I'm not gonna do this for every part in the demo, but I just kind of want to give you a sense of how I do it. So I'm going to take the headline for the next section, and in this section, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a text box that I can use as my headline. So I'm going to click text. And again, I'm doing this in real time as a demo. So I added the text block. I made it wider, so it kind of stretches across more of the screen. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go to desktop layout and make it centered. And then I'm going to go to mobile layout and make it centered on mobile. And then I'm going to click and like drag it up so that it's on top of those 3 feature boxes. And then I'm also I want to add more text to this section. So I'm going to duplicate it so that I have one text box above the 3 feature boxes and one below. So now I have this headline for the next section. And then what I'm going to do is see how it has these 3 things here. I'm going to like take each one of them one by one and paste them here. So 1, 2, and you can feel free to watch this on like double speed, but I'm purposely not pausing it. I'm purposely working in real time so you can watch me exactly how I do it. And then you can like even pause the video and, you know, kind of do this one step at a time, following along exactly what I'm doing. Okay, so now I'm going to take that bottom copy and put it here. And then maybe like make this bigger. Okay, and then I just want to put like a little bit of a space so things are not on top of each other. So I go to desktop layout, and then under outside spacing, I'm going to say like maybe 50. Yeah. And then under mobile, outside spacing, I'm going to make it 20. So I would basically continue this process for each section where I copy things from my Google Doc directly into the page template in Kajabi. So it really does not, since you're doing copying, pasting, and some light formatting and editing, it doesn't take too long to do. And then the last thing I want to do is add some pictures. So I made these in Canva. Let me show you that. So I made 3 sets of images in Canva. And if you're not familiar with Canva, it's a design tool that has a free plan, and it also has a lot of stock photos that are available to you, as well as what they call elements, which are basically icons. So I use the elements feature to make these check marks. And then what I would do is I would just download this check mark, and then I'm going to put it in this section here. Go to select image, upload a new file. Click save and upload. So I put in like check marks for each of these boxes. And then the next thing that I made in Canva are these background images. So again, I would just click download. And then I would come to Kajabi and I would put my new background image. I'm just going to click on the background of this first section, and under section settings background, and scroll down here to background image and upload that file. And then I'm also going to change the overlay because it has this like really dark overlay. So let me say like maybe okay. So I think that looks like really nice. And then I would also change the background of this section, this middle section, and this bottom one. So in Canva, I have I like just grabbed like a few different like background designs that I feel like all match with the look and feel of the page that I want to make. And then the third thing I did in Canva was I made these pictures that are like more vertical pictures that I can put in. So I'm going to download this first one as an example. These are all stock photos that are from Canva. And then in these boxes, like for example, this one, I would click on it, click select image, upload a new file, and I'm going to upload that image. And then I would repeat the process. But, you know, again, like I didn't really design this page. All I'm doing is adding my own photos to it and my own text, but the structure was there for me. And then, you know, there are a little formatting things you have to do, but it's mostly like plug and play with your content. So I would replace these individual pictures by uploading the pictures that I made in Canva, upload the background images, and then I want to show you what this looks like when it's done. I'm going to scroll through it, and you can see it looks really nice, right? It's basically that Kajabi template, which used to be like black and red and white. And all I did was I copied in my text, I changed the color of the buttons, I put in some photos that were kind of had like more of a neutral feminine aesthetic that I like. And that's really it. And then for each of these buttons, you can link them to the checkout page, which is the page where you collect payments for the thing that you're selling. So if you're using Kajabi, you can make your checkout page in Kajabi and then really easily link the checkout page with the sales page. Or if you're using some other platform to collect payments, you would take that link for your payment page and link it to your sales page. But that's how quick and easy it is to create a really beautiful on-brand sales page with copy that will convert leads into sales. Have it a complete sales page for a digital product created with AI and added to Kajabi in a really short amount of time. And this is exactly how I've been preparing for my own launches and the same process that I'm now leading my clients to so that I can pre-sell my courses before I create any of the content for the courses. So that's the first thing you need is the sales page that just describes your offer, who it's for, what it includes, and what kind of transformation it provides. So if you want to learn my full sales page strategy that goes along with having a sales page like this, including how to build your funnel and start selling your course before it's even finished, join my free live training next week. It's called Shortcut to Sales, and I'll walk you through everything. You can register with the link below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.